Welcome to Cooking from the Heart. I'm one of your hosts, Sabrina Rojas. Today we're out of the kitchen on this brisk wintry day in Santa Fe, New Mexico. We're on the Santa Fe Plaza, which is the epicenter for local jewelers, local art, and is one of the biggest culinary scenes in the United States. Today we're going to tour a couple of olive oil companies. Let's check them out.
Well, I know that our products are first press, cold press olive oils. From my understanding, the more commercial olive oils, they may be pressed several times. So you're losing some of the nutrient value being overprocessed. We've got imported olive oils, flavored and unflavored. And our unflavored olive oils come from everywhere from Egypt. We've got a Greek olive oil, Spanish, Italian, and then our flavored olive oils, which range anywhere from a vanilla olive oil to habanero, are all either Moroccan or Californian in origin.
Now, what is the best way to do this?
Best way to do it, we recommend people just take it and just take a little sip.
Okay.
Because you're gonna get the true flavor of the oil. Okay, so this is our Greek olive oil. You're gonna find it's really light.
Mm-hmm. It is really
buttery.
light. Mm-hmm.
This is our most popular Spanish olive oil. And what's really fun is when you taste them from the different regions, you can actually tell the difference between the oils. And that's one reason that we really encourage people to do tastings.
This one's more like floral.
Mm-hmm, it's a little greener, a little grassier.
Yeah.
That's a good description.
Yeah,
Kind of
it's good.
floral,
Floral-y
yeah.
flowers.
And the biggest difference between our balsamics and the other balsamics that people have had is that the aging process of them. They all start very similarly, but then there's very strict standards that the Italians have to meet to be able to label their balsamic as a traditional. A traditional balsamic has to be aged minimum 12 years. Ours are 18 years, and at the end of their 12 years, the producers of the balsamics have to go to a council in Italy where their balsamics are tasted and then on a point system rated. And if it achieves a certain rating, then it can be bottled and be sold or exported. If it doesn't meet that requirement, then they cannot label it as a traditional balsamic. And so when people come into the store, these balsamics change their idea of what they thought a balsamic vinegar was. Or let's do the blueberry. People really like the blueberry.
Oh, that sounds...
On strawberries, like sliced strawberries.
And this would be good for people that are diabetic that can't
Yeah,
have
it's a
regular
natural
sugars.
product, exactly.
You can make a nice dessert.
Mm-hmm.
Olive oil, it's a downhill slide from the time the olives are picked, much like apples and peaches and a lot of fruits. So it's very important that the olives go to the mill as quickly as they can after being picked, and that it gets to the consumer as fast as it can be. We buy our olive oil from either the northern or the southern hemisphere. When harvest stops in one, we go to the next. We don't stockpile our olive oil. I have olive oil now in the store that literally 6 weeks ago was olives on the tree. That's when your nutrients are higher in the olive oil, and that's when it's the best for you, and when it tastes the best. I came down with Meniere's disease, which is a rare disease. I lost my hearing in my right ear in a 10-day period of time. They don't know much about the disease. They don't really know what causes it or what to do for it other than low sodium diet, for one thing, is critically important to keeping fluid out of your ears so your balance stays fairly stable. I was a salt person. I loved salt on everything. So I had to find a way to enjoy my food without the salt. There went in balsamic vinegar and olive oil. I started researching and reading everything I possibly could about it, experimenting, and that was the start of Oleaceae. It's the genus for the olive tree family. Olive trees have been here for thousands of years. The first olive trees were actually sprouted, or whatever you might want to call, before the written word language. That's how long they've been they've been in existence. So I wanted something that portrayed that strength. And that's why I named it that. My distributor has a professional chef on staff, and she's a young woman who has 2 younger sons who eat butter on top of butter on top of butter. And she figured that she had to do something to help them before they became, obese, which they were on their way to doing. So she formulated this olive oil with a butter flavoring in it. It's all natural. It's natural butter, but it's no dairy product. It's become one of our biggest sellers. Sicilian lemon balsamic and honey ginger balsamic. This is honey ginger. This reminds me, in farm country,
It's so good.
they make a water called ginger water, which is good to rehydrate people when they come in from being out in the pasture and the hayfield and everything. It's a fascinating world. It never stops. Knowing that it's good for me, knowing that it's helping my heart and my blood pressure and everything else. It's also good for your skin. It's literally good for everything. But number one, I love the taste of olive oil.